Hi, good morning, folks. In this video, game day, the Sabres are back in for another tough one today. Let's take a look at this coming up. All right, this is the actual finish that I believe was the big tough schedule that we had this month. All right, this is game 8. The Sabres are going into this 3-4, 3-4-0, going into this one, and there is no reason I believe we can't come out with a 500 record, depending the effort we come out with. And I do think the boys are going to show up with a solid effort. It's kind of becoming the norm, guys. I mean, the Sabres are becoming more and more reliable to show up with good efforts. You know, I mean, I can go on and on. Since the empty net goal against Vegas, the way this team has turned, what they've turned into. And you couldn't have written a better storybook for some of the wins that we've seen. You know, we can go on with the RJ Knight and the 4-0 comeback and the Heritage. And the way we've just dominated Toronto since. I mean, there's just so many good storylines. I can't wait to play Boston late in the year. That's another game I got my eyes on. But first things first, we got St. Louis. Okay, the Blues coming into this game. Let me go into the numbers. The Blues coming into this game are red hot, just for those of you that don't know. All right, the Blues coming in are 8-1-1, just like the Leafs were, okay? And they've won 6 in a row. So they're coming in here 18-11 on the road, 18-11-6. And the Sabres are 14-17-6 at home. But those numbers kind of lie how the teams are playing. I mean, the Sabres are playing a lot better than their record looks or their home record looks. They're playing a lot better. We know it. I mean, it's kind of a well-kept secret in the league still. Teams are aware that the team might know, but the league doesn't. You know, a lot of people that, I mean, I seen a video recently about the Sabres, how disastrous the year has been for them this year. They just haven't seen our team. They really haven't. Any other channels or fans that can say that this team has been a disaster this year have not watched the Sabres play. You know, I mean, we've seen the vast improvement in this team. The record doesn't always tell the tale, guys. You can be under 500 one year and 30 games over the next. I mean, it can happen. Is this team on the verge of an eruption? I believe they are. I really do. I really believe the Sabres are on the verge now. They're on the cusp of turning that corner, but turning it big. I believe when they make the playoffs, if they make the playoffs next year, it might not be a bubble situation, guys. We might just be all year in a playoff spot. There's no way to know till October, right? But it looks good when I see the way they're welcoming Power at the center ice, all smacking the sticks and giving him the sword in the dressing room. And this team is so on the right track, I can't tell you. It's so on the right track. It's like, you know, ever since we made the Eichel trade, the team changed forever. You could tell. They were already having a culture change, but man, I think it just did something to the team. Maybe it reestablished trust with management and the dressing room making that deal finally, you know, and moving them out. So, yeah, going into this game, we're 4-4-2 our last 10. Now, let's keep in mind, guys, we have played the last 7 games. Just to recap, okay? We played Nashville. We played Florida. We played Carolina. We played Carolina. We played Florida. We played Tampa. We played Toronto. These are all teams that can do damage and will do damage in the playoffs, I believe. All these teams. Maybe Toronto's up in the air. We'll see what they do in the first round. The time will tell with them. And now we got St. Louis, who also are rolling, playing good. Have won a cup in recent years. I mean, there's all sorts of tough that we had to play here. We're 3-4-0. And in those 4 games, 4 on the road, 4 at home. At home, 1, 2, 2-1, 2-1-0 in the 4 games. And we're 1-3 on the road. But in that road game, let's keep in mind one thing, guys. When we were in Carolina, in Florida, that was a back-to-back. We had travel, and both of them were heartbreak losses. They really were. And then Tampa was the 3rd game in 4 nights. We lost 5-0, and as you've seen, we were in that game physically, mentally, We didn't let up. You would have, any teams, a lot of teams would let up when it's 4-0 against Tampa. We didn't let up. And that for me is a telltale sign of where we're at. It really is. And then we went into Toronto, who should have been smelling blood playing us, and they just can't seem to have their way with us anymore at all. So that's where that is. I'm not going to go into the close of the season. I'm going to make a video on that later on tonight, so I'm going to leave that for later. But looking at the Blues, now if we're going to have any advantage, I think, in this game is, believe it or not, the physical. I think we can have an advantage in the physical game in this, guys. Even though we're dead last in the league in hits, I believe the Sabres' physical game has improved. And I think that's just due to just sheer desire to win. You know, like they're doing anything they can to win games. And that game in Toronto is a good, 35 hits in that game in Toronto's home ice says a lot. It says a lot about where this team is kind of curving towards, next year. So this St. Louis team's a damn good team. They're going to be they'll be tough to beat. But I thought when we played them in St. Louis, we were the better team that night. So I don't see why we can't just match up with them again and let them see what Tage is doing, eh? Let them see. Yes, I put on Homer. I'm putting on Homer for good luck today. I'm going to just throw it on as our good luck charm. Hopefully this will bring a little luck for the boys today and they'll win this one. And hey, if you would have told me before these 8 games, we're going to go 4-4, I would jump all over that. And I think all of you would have also. So, especially after the great month we just had in March, guys. I mean, we had such a good month in March. Will we lose 3 regulation out of 14 games, and here we are getting the hardest 8 games we've played. This is the hardest 10% of the season we had to play this year, for sure. For sure. So if we get through this and we get through at 500, guys, I'm telling you, if we can win this game, we just got to go 2-3-1 to meet the objective of, we just got to win 2 out of the last 6 to get 30 wins this year. So I'm not going to say it's a clinch. It's not. Nothing's a clinch in this league, but I don't see how how they can't, shaping up against some of these teams. Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule. There's just no reason not to be able to win 2 of the last 6 if we win this one. It's just, unless we have some rough luck and some, unless we hit a slump, which I don't think they will. That slump that we had, that 3-game slide, didn't even appear to be a slump. We were in the first 2 games, and we worked hard like hell in the 5-0 loss. So I didn't see any letdown, even in that losing streak. And I got let me close that up, guys. I got I just don't have any fear of playing St. Louis, really. I know the Blues fans might think they're walking into an easy win. They're in for a surprise because they're not going to expect what they're going to run into in this game. A lot of fans, like when I was watching some videos on our team yesterday, I get curious and I check other channels. I like to see what they're saying about us. And as one channel was just saying how it's been a horrible year again for Sabres fans. They just don't get what we've seen. Maybe in the wins and losses, and they think that we're only one-track minded, just about playoffs only. But this is a fan base, I believe, in Buffalo that understand the development of a team and they understand what's going on. They're very aware fans, we can have the negative aspect all we want with certain things, but I just don't buy into it that all Buffalo fans are just negative. Not all fan bases are. There's no such thing. But I will say Vancouver sure as hell is fighting for first overall when it comes to being negative. All their fans have given up. It's unbelievable. 90% of them, 95% of them have given up, and they're in a playoff race, and they've given up. Given up. Shame on them, man. Honestly, it's what are you guys doing? And for the fans that haven't given up, they should say something. This is, say something to the channel. That these channels out there that just say, oh, well, we're out. We're not going to make it this year. And I can't understand it, guys. I just can't understand the thinking. So it is what it is. Well, look, so we'll see today. Now, if we can get this one, 4-4 is a perfect 8 games for me. I can take it, and that's including a 3-game losing streak in between it all, which is just nuts to think, right? Doesn't make any sense. You know, that we deserved a better fate than 4-4 when you look at it. But if we can get this win, if we don't get this win, I'm hoping it's at least an extra time, okay? At least extra time, because I want to get that one off the thing, then we can just go 3-3 in my head. I like the even thing the rest of the way. But we'll look at the schedule tonight, guys. I'm going to be back. I'm going to be a little more in tune with you today. I'm going to jump on, regardless of win or lose, I'm going to jump on maybe another extra video or two tonight after when I do the post game. So I'm going to try my best to get more videos out there today. And I got to go about my morning. So I got to get out. I got to take off, guys. And try to do the function thing best I can. So I'll see you guys tonight. Have a great day, all of you. And I will see you for sure in the post game. Maybe this afternoon if I can get those videos up when I get back home later. See you then, guys.